Hi, and welcome to another episode of R.age Fashion. Now today we're at the National Museum of Singapore. And why? Well, because fashion is art and art is fashion.
I am Delphine Pinaza. I am the curator of this Christian Lacroix exhibition presented here in the National Museum of Singapore.
Christian Lacroix was born on May 16, 1951 in Arles, France. He is more famed for his haute couture creations that have graced catwalks since about 1981 and have won countless awards. But the thing that started it all was theatre.
This exhibition presents 75 costumes from Paris, Brussels, Spain, and 60 drawings from Christian Lacroix private collection. We put hot lights on this window. It is like if you are spectators in front of a ballet, in front of an opera, or in front of a play. All this exhibition has been also created by Christian Lacroix, which is the main fashion designer. But he also has created a lot of costume design and costume for theatre, opera and ballet. He says that he went to opera with his mother and family, and when he came back home he always designed the costume he sewn and he redesigned it. So since he was a very little boy, he designed costume for stage. He really likes history. He loves to reinterpret some old thing and put it in a new way. The first production he made was Chanteclair, written by Edmond Rostand.
Now Chanteclair, a rooster in a poultry yard, is convinced that the crow makes the sun rise.
All the actors are animals on stage, and the director, Jean-Luc Tardieu, wanted to put that story on stage, and he didn't know who will don the costume. And he saw the Christian Lacroix fashion catwalk on TV, and he said, "That's my chicken." And you can see those kind of drawing, which is between animals and between fashion. This is the beginning of the story. Then when the designer had made this drawing, they are given to the workshop, and the workshop try to do the costume with this drawing. There were 4, so he given a different nationality to each one. That the Chinese one and American one. You can see that he is very precise in his drawing, and he gives a lot of information.
So he always puts what material he wants, you know, what colors, he even draws in tutu.
Yes, he gives a lot of details, and then after that they discuss together with Christian Lacroix and the workshop how to make and which kind of fabric. And after that, you know, they will present some a sample of the fabric, and do you accept yes or no? Because all those costumes are made for specific artists. Sometimes they are dancers, sometimes they are actor or a singer. It's made as fashion. That is to say, you put before a model, like a toile in French. So you do the, you know, like a sample. When this is done, if Christian Lacroix or somebody else accepted, they will do in a real fabric. That means that it's very, very long, so it costs a lot of money. And then you have all the decoration, if there is painting, dyeing, and also, because what is difficult also to do on stage is that it shouldn't be too new, otherwise the story is not working. If you wear, you know, very brand new costume, it is not working. Everything is false, fake. So in theatre, you have to do as it is, but it is not. So you have to find a way that it looks like, but it is not. This is one production, which is Elio Gaballo. It's an opera from Cavalli.
But these are very contemporary, like this is a gown which you can see even now.
When he works for theatre, he doesn't want to come as a fashion designer. He always wants to listen to the director and to be on service to the director. But for that one, the director say, okay, let's do fashion, let's do as if it is Christian Lacroix fashion. But all those costumes have been made with very small fabric, not chitty fabric. I mean, it's not fashion. They just find somewhere in
scratch.
And but they replay fashion, Christian Lacroix fashion.
That's silk mat jersey though.
Yes, this is jersey, and that one particularly, she was supposed to be wet on stage. So just before she come on stage, to make it wet. So this jersey was glue. Yeah. It's very nice color.
Yeah, it's very nice.
That one is a main character, so it's Elio Gaballo. It's a paper dress. We can think that Christian Lacroix is very, very high fashion, so it's so complicated and very, but it's not, because he likes to do very simple thing. So this is paper dyed with gold painting and gold sequins put on. The backdrop has been designed by Christian Lacroix, and so for that one it was red, because red is passion, love, death. And very strong, and he loves red. I mean, his favorite color is red. That one is the 18th century window showcase. It's mainly about così fan tutte from Mozart. So this così fan tutte was a mixed between 18th century kind and today fashion. The shape are like 18th century shape dresses, but the pattern is too plain to be 18th century, and the color is very young color.
The pale blue gown, for instance, has many layers, which makes it very 18th century, but it also incorporates streetwear type jersey hood, totally lending a modern element.
If you look, it's not very easy to see, but if you look, there is a sweater with a cape, which is completely 20th century kind, because he wanted to mix it. If you look very closely, you can see there is painting around the flowers or sewing around the flower to make it the volume. So it's quite a long work for a stage costume. Sometimes you could take 15 days for one costume. And you can imagine for some opera you have 300 costumes, so it could be a long, long work. They are not always using very rich material, so it's not so expensive that it could be in fashion.
So it's a mix of the old and new, very distinctly Lacroix.
Spanish is very influential for him because, as I told you, he's from south of France, and Spain is very close from south of France, and the atmosphere is completely different. They have corridas, bullfighter, and gypsy. He made all the drawings, all the details, how he wanted to be, and how it has to be designed.
For the flamenco Asa y Toma and from the opera Carmen, we see a lot of very extravagant pieces.
Here we can see the costume very close, but in theater, you sit very far away. And this is Asa y Toma, which is a flamenco dance.
Flamenco, of course, is about dance. These dance costumes were designed specifically for Cristina Hoyos, the legendary Spanish flamenco dancer.
She's very famous in Spain for the flamenco. It's completely like Spanish, dark and lace, and all the women in black. And there is another act where everything is very bright colors. So this is a Spanish window with Carmen and Asa y Toma, and with this backdrop with a lot of inspiration also from Christian Lacroix. First, the carnation is a favorite flower of Christian Lacroix. He really loves that one. And also at the end of a corrida or bullfighter, everybody threw away those kind of flower carnation to the torero. So this is why you can find it here.
Carmen actually had the largest amount of costumes in any production that Lacroix had made. Now, Lacroix had specifically designed about 350 pieces of costumes for this production alone.
All the shape are made with iron inside, so when they moved on stage, everything is moving. So it's very funny costume on stage because it's all about movement. And they were dancers, so and as you can see, they are big, volume. The main character, Carmen, is that black dress made with velvet moiré. As I told you, Spain women are always in black. It's lace and with embroidery and sequins on the dress, and this golden lace appliqué on the dress. Carmen is one of the, as Christian Lacroix say, it's the first woman that you fall in love because she's a very strong character. She's she's very free. There is a song very well known about Carmen, and she says that love has to be free, otherwise not love and everything. That one is another character, Mercedes. And as the gypsy, it's a mix of different kind of fabric. And if you look at the fringe, it's coming from furniture. They are very heavy. They are heavy. Could be something like 4 kilos. But another one I'm sure it's more than 10 kilos.
Especially with like all the iron and everything.
Yeah. Well, that one is a bit light because it's iron, but it's not so many iron, so it's okay.
So these probably would...
Yes, those two will be more. So the grey, the blue, and the spot one is from R.age. And so it's flamenco. And flamenco, I mean, the legs are very important, but also the arms, because they're always like that. So they never have, well, that one she has sleeve, but usually they don't. Yes, yeah. And the story, so she wanted to reintroduce the story. So this is the traditional way of flamenco. This is the touristic way of flamenco, which is not very nice. And that one is the flamenco influenced by fashion, yeah, like the 60s, like kind of Brigitte Bardot. Yeah.